Check.
Yeah, microphone check. 1 2 1 2. Guess who
On
we
the
live
top.
with you? Welcome to the Unscripted Podcast. All talk, man. Oh man, it is a full house. I'm loving it. I hope you're loving it. I know I'm loving it, McDonald's style. Ba, 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 ba.
I'm done.
I got my host GQ Win,
You
the
already
God.
Know, you already know the vibes, man. We here. We outside, baby.
We got a special guest, my man David in the building.
Hello.
Hey, it's a pleasure, honor for you to be here, my brother. I'm excited, and we got a returning guest, the queen herself.
You already know.
Not the
God.
Jada Kiss. See with the Jada Kiss?
I'm
She said,
annoying. Let me back up. I'm happy I got that.
yeah, that's fire. That's definitely fire. So today's topic is one that seems to be a lingering one. You know what I'm saying? And me and my boss over here, Mr. GQ, we haven't talked about this in a minute, man. Some relationship status and all of that good stuff. The question is, man, is having too many standards a problem?
Is that something for like the guests to start off with, or
I mean, however you want to play it, I'm down.
having standards?
Some too many. You know what I mean? You have to have standards. I'm saying like,
Yeah, everybody has standards. I believe. It's really what you're looking for for the person. But I guess like today's society, like the standards are like too high.
yeah.
I feel like a lot of people like need to really come back down to earth because
Paging, come
nah,
back.
I mean,
return.
nah. Don't get me wrong. Like, look, I get it. Like, you want what you want, but no one's perfect. And I feel
Facts.
like nowadays everybody's looking for perfect and looking for, somebody who makes this type of money and all this other stuff. When realistically, like, are you in that caliber of like people that make that kind of money? Are you, in those type of rooms where people are making that kind of money? You know what I'm saying? No offense, but just truthfully, I'm just being honest.
Do you have the money to play the game? Do you
Yes.
have the money? My man Dave, I know you got something to talk about, man. Come on, Dave, let it off your chest.
I
Get
think
off
it's
your
important
chest.
to have the right standards, to have the right intentions of standards. When you look for the wrong thing, you're going to find the wrong people.
Okay.
So I think it's important to have the right standards, what kind of person they are. Like when he said, not that materialistic thing. Like I know younger people are like, only care about what the person looks like. And I get that matters to some people. And I think that's important. I think you should be at least physically attracted to that person.
Of course.
But I think it's important to like get back down to the basics. Is this person a good family person? Are they gonna be a good family person? And can they provide for their children? I think those are the standards you got to look for.
values, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miss Brittany, I mean, you're the only woman on the
Hi.
panel today, man.
I know, I'm
so,
outnumbered.
Yeah. I mean, so you gotta let's clear your throat.
I say in my chat.
Yeah, just tell the world. Just tell the world.
I have a few comments.
Okay.
Okay, so my opinion. This is again my opinion.
Yes.
I do disclaimer. I don't speak for every female because I know. Listen, girls are crazy. I will be the first to admit it. Girls are crazy. But one thing for me, what I really believe in is bringing something to the table. Like a lot of females, I feel like also the world we live in is like very different. Like we're always on our phone, we're checking this person's got this. If you believe everything you see, because perception is reality for so many people, especially this generation, you have no idea what's really going on behind closed doors, right? And I feel like a lot of people see these things and they're like, I want that. But like,
Relationship goals, is that what you're saying?
yeah, like let's say relationship goals, but like, okay, so you see two people and they're driving this, they're wearing this.
Okay.
She's got this on her neck.
Okay.
Her man, okay. But like,
What
I'm
all the
not
rappers
saying
be doing? All the rappers be doing,
right.
Yeah.
pretty much.
But I just feel like females nowadays, like to me, you want that kind of man, right? Okay, fine. You don't want to pay, your bills with hugs. Okay. What are you bringing to the table? Because If not, you're just like every other girl. And that's where we go back to the standards. It's like, what is your standard? Like,
Okay.
I've seen, this is no disrespect to any male here.
So
Okay.
I have a question. What
Can I finish my thought?
Go ahead. Speak your truth. Speak your
All
truth,
I
girl.
was gonna say, I'll let you talk in a second. I'm sorry. I just don't want to forget because I'm like freaking Dora the Explorer. So my whole thing is like when it comes to standards, it's like we said, perception is reality. So what you are appearing as in someone's eyes is like how they're seeing you. Okay, she's got this, she's got that, she's wearing this, her bag is this, she must be this, but that's not always the case. Like half the time it's fake from Turkey. Like we've got to really
from
like
Turkey.
focus. I'm sorry.
Yo, nah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead,
So
speak
many-
your mind,
so
speak
many
your mind,
videos.
speak your
Right?
mind,
It's
speak
the
your mind.
truth. I just feel like you have to at this point, and especially how guys are now. It's very interesting. Back in the day, I feel like girls, I feel like guys were a little different. They'd be like, "Oh, she looks good, that I'm trying to bag her." Now I feel like guys are so fed up. There's more questions on the first date. I'm like, not you trying to ask me what
Can you-
my
can you-
5-year plan is. I'm like,
What? Can you give us an example of like the
See,
questions
you
you?
doing too much.
I
You
want
see
to know.
this?
No, you can't just make a
Stirring shit up.
Okay, so someone like me. So
Okay.
like I have a business.
Yes, boss.
That's already like
boss.
Yo.
check one. A guy's like, wait, you have your own business? Like, oh, what is it? Oh, I'm a trainer. Oh, so you're one of those Instagram girls? No.
Oh, nah.
Peep my status. I'm not like that. I had my account hacked, but whatever. But you could come to the gym with me if you could outlift me. That's fine. I'm that kind of chick. So for me, I just feel like now guys are a little bit different, and I actually like that because it's like stop making it so easy. Because there are really good girls like me that are like, I'm not gonna give you a time. Yeah, I'm gonna. Not, you have to give a challenge. You can't just be like, I'm gonna drop my pants and here you go. That's not how the world works anymore. And I just see like a little bit of a shift. And I feel like also too, a lot of females and I feel like guys are finally picking up. Oh, this girl, she's got this many followers. Da da da. Then you invite her out and then you're like, whoa, she definitely has a Photoshop app because she does not look like that in those pictures
Catfish.
that she was sending me.
Catfish burglar.
Those hips are looking a little wider than they were in the pic. So like now guys are on there like, nah, I'm gonna make it like a touch challenging. Is that all guys? No, because I've seen the opposite. But for me, when it comes to standards, I think that everybody should have standards. It shouldn't be just like men have. It just shouldn't be men should have standards. It should be everybody should have standards. Like if you're that kind of female and you grew up in this certain way and you're like about your business, like, okay, if I'm not texting you back immediately, that doesn't mean I'm out in the street. It might mean I'm actually home working, doing this, doing that. You don't answer a guy sometimes, they're like, oh, you playing me, huh? No,
Yeah.
Can I wash the dishes? I don't understand. I didn't know, like, is that allowed? I don't know. And that's what I'm saying. Most guys are like, you wash dishes? Then I got another check. I already got 2 checks. It's been like a week. So it's like, I feel like standards are super important on both sides. And that needs to be recognized.
All right, Dave. I know you got something. Let
You
it
got a
go.
question.
I feel so
I had a question, yeah. So what happens when you take away those materialistic things from a girl? So what are some of the things that she has to offer? I know you mentioned one. She has a business. She's a strong woman.
Yeah.
Independent. So what about besides independence that you think a woman should have that is something that men could categorize as a standard?
I would say empathy. Like,
Close to the mic.
sorry, hello.
Yes, please.
I would say the emotional aspect, like being empathetic. So, for example, just I hate to go back to myself, but sorry, I have like a lot of male clients, and it's
Okay.
funny because we actually have this
Oh,
conversation
wow.
often. And they're like, yo, my wife, she won't even ask me how I'm feeling, if I'm hungry, da-da-da. And it's like, you're supposed to provide, like, everything is about me, and it's so one-sided. And these guys are, like, complaining to me. I'm like, you want me to call her? Do you want me to shoot her a text? I don't know.
Yo, that's
So,
Yeah.
crazy. It's like that.
yeah. So, like, okay, of course, like, materialistic, for that would never even be a category for me. But it's like, what else do you do? Like, my number one question I like to ask on a first date is like, what are your hobbies? Like, I don't even care about your job. Okay, you make money. What are your hobbies? Do you know how to read a book? I just want to know.
The Cat in the Hat. And no, I'm kidding.
Fell down a tree and then like no. Like, I need to know. Like, do you
So
do other
educated.
things?
Educated.
Always educated, but more like open-minded. Like, if you tell me like, yeah, I go home, I play video games. Like, can you do something else? Like,
Ew.
Sound like a hater, bro.
I don't not the hater, but not the hater. No.
Boo.
You can't be playing video games all day. You can't do that all day in your free time.
Nah, I get it. I mean, if it's
Like, go get a real
look.
hobby.
So I'm gonna jump on that
Do,
comment.
like to do something
Do you
outside.
own do you own a dog? Like, do you walk your dog outside? Is your dog, just little things.
So Tig, I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Tig the realist from on YouTube said, I believe in having standards, but I believe that we have to be realistic in those standards. You know what I'm saying? So to go with the video game thing, right? Because I gotta be defensive, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm into anime. Shout out to the brand, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm one of those. Look, see, you're already upset. I'm into anime. I play video games, but it's a sense of a stress reliever to take my mind off of everything in the world. I'm a single dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, you guys know I embroider. My business partner right there to the right, GQ Win. So that, besides that, we MC, another MC right here, David, for like sweet 16s, weddings, bar mitzvahs, whatever, So we're busy in that aspect. So if I want to come home and maybe just put on an anime or play a little video games for like 2 hours, maybe it doesn't even have to be 2 hours. It could be just an hour. We gonna beef? That's
I'm talking
crazy.
about
I
the
think that's a
person
good
that
hobby.
no. I'm talking about the person that's like
Hunched over.
has no. I mean, that could be your posture, But what I'm talking about, okay, is like the guy that's like only got like, let's say, one job, and they're working 9 to 5, and they work at Verizon. They just come home, stare at their goldfish, and they're playing video games. Like, and they order Uber Eats, and like they wake up and do it again the next day, and then they want that type of girl, and it's like,
Did you see the reach though?
that was far.
Did you see the reach?
That was far.
Damn.
And it's like,
I heard the music and everything. Oh.
but it's true. It's like, wait.
Wait, baby girl, wait.
Like at 5:35, he, what's going on, guys? Hey, I'm locked in. You ready to go? No. Get the headset off.
Me at 5
You're
a.m.
you got popcorn on the couch. You're not gonna vacuum it. Come on, no. Come correct.
Oh man,
That's
big
crazy.
shout outs to people joining on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube. I'm seeing we got a couple hearts. That's the first time I've ever seen some hearts appear across the screen. I was like, whoa. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
I feel like, the standard thing is you should have standards, but I think there's something in kind of putting away some standards and maybe adapting to the person you're with. And I think we don't do that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, not obviously, like, it can't be bad traits where it's like, shorty, you're smoking and you don't have good hygiene. Like, that's something that's exactly cringe. It's disgusting. But I think if it's in a sense where, maybe they don't like anime like how you don't, and I'll make sure not to watch it, when I know you're coming over. Cool. All right, Brit's coming over. We're going to go on a bike trail, or because that's part of maybe your, athleticism and you being fit.
Yeah,
or
but if we
whatever.
sat down and did a puzzle too, like, that'd be fine. Or if you like, I'm not saying that this is my thing. I'm not saying that
I
you're
see
just
what
like,
you're saying. I see
you
what
see
you're
what I'm saying?
saying.
Like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying like, okay,
Yeah.
you can never
you
have
like
fun
that,
for
huh?
you.
My son, he gave a deep.
But
He
that's
was thinking.
just-
He was like, yeah, that sounds nice. Let me get a
Nah,
puzzle.
I mean, look, bro. You just can't keep. I understand what she's saying. She's saying you just can't be doing the same cycle.
Yeah, you can't.
Right.
You just got to be authentic and just be different. Where like, be spontaneous and just you don't have to just keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, repetitiveness.
Yeah, exactly. And that's
But-
just what it is sometimes.
But I feel like when you have two people that, okay, I'm not into anime, let's say, but
Okay.
it shouldn't be like, I'm watching anime. I need an hour. Like, how about like, babe, like, you like to watch anime? Like, what do you like about it? Oh, it's like this. Wait, come here, sit with me. Be inviting. Like, this is what I do. I want to invite you into my like
Space,
world
yeah.
and what in my space. And like, these are my hobbies. But how about you like take a look? This is why. And then who knows? She might be like, oh, all right, this is kind of cool. I can get down with this. Like,
No, it's
you
a fact.
can't. You know what I mean? Like,
Anime will change your life.
oh my.
It will change
You see
your
what
life.
happens?
Life
I don't know
goals.
about that,
Oh
man.
my
I don't know about
God.
that.
Dead serious.
I'm not saying it's not
Dead
good, but
serious.
I just said it. I
But you
still ain't
see
changed
what
my
I'm
life
saying?
though. Yeah.
Like, I also feel like there's a common ground and differences as well. Like, I'm not saying like every single, for example, someone like me, I'm a fitness person. I'm not saying every single person that I've ever dated was into fitness.
Okay.
I'm not upset about that. All I'm saying is that you have to, this is just how I see people. You have to be the successful people in personal relationships, interpersonal, whatever. They're always trying to like learn more, adapt. You can't just be like I know girls are like, my boyfriend when I come home, oh my God, I don't even know what he's going to do. It's like, maybe he actually might be vacuuming. You don't know. Like girls also have that mindset of like, it's what I want to do, and like what I want to do is like really fun. Like, I can't even imagine any guy would be like,
That was a
babe,
deep
let's
breath.
go I'm just saying.
That was
like,
a deep breath.
Let's go shopping. But no guys. I mean, some guys, yes, but like,
Right here.
you know what I mean?
What?
Like,
hold on,
babe, let's
Dave.
go shopping.
You down to
Like,
go shopping?
I love shopping.
Hey,
guys are
the
like
man is a
that.
baller.
And
Big money spender. Big money spender.
right here. And some guys are like, ugh, but I'll go with you. You know, it's finding that common ground where everyone can be at peace. When we're just like, absolutely not, I'm not doing this, and he's this, and da-da-da, then women as a species, I love you guys, we look crazy, and it's just too much. We gotta change, guys.
Wow.
I'm getting a lot off my chest today.
Nah,
This
it's
is
all
great.
right. Speak your truth. Speak your truth.
So, how do you feel about this whole thing that's been going on with like men wanting women to be traditional?
That's a great question.
Since we're on
So-
the topic, I figured because
Not with the hand, like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
No,
He's like, you know what? Since we're on the topic, trying to come
I'm
out
just
my
saying
throat.
because
Trying to come out my
the only reason
throat,
like we talk about common ground here, right?
Yeah, okay.
We're talking about common ground here,
Copy.
and obviously, we really talk about realistic things, today's society, what women want,
Right.
and obviously they want like this 6-figure guy, all this other stuff, and so on and so forth,
Yeah.
all the stuff that
8-inch. That's my type.
Pretty
That's
much-
my type.
pretty much a
So-
builder man,
Yeah,
a builder
yeah,
man
yeah.
checklist. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But they want all these things, but then a lot of these guys are like they say, high value men. And when it comes to that territory with high value men, I'm not saying all,
Right.
but there are men like that where they're gonna do what they want to do. At the end of the day, yeah, you might be the main one, but they still gonna do what they want to do.
Right.
But when it comes to like a traditional woman now that nurtures, care,
Right.
actually takes care of the house and stuff like that, like do you feel like we lost that whole traditional woman thing because now women are like stepping up to the plate, becoming like that
Oh, yeah.
dominant role where like
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
Yeah, they
I can
out-
handle
they
my
out
own.
earn their
I
mates.
really don't need no man,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
like there's clashing now where
Big time.
it's difficult for like a man to really like be like, yo, like I'm here. You really ain't gotta do everything, but we
Right.
could be a team. But like, women are like, nah.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
So okay. So I kind of have like 2 points on that. I totally understand. The generation we're in, we're going through like a weird little shift. Like, let's say our parents, right? We go back. Okay, it was the women stay home, the men come out, they do this, they provide, and all those like labels. It's so different now, and I've seen like this exact conversation had in front of me with like some of my closest friends, and I really believe it's just very specific to the person. They're like, listen, some guys are like, I want that like strong, independent, bitch, ready to like fucking like go. And some guys really want that. Some guys want a little bit more of a submissive woman. They want to feel like they're the alpha. Some people just want kind of like a 50-50, like, all right, I'm busting my ass over here. Can you do the same? So I just feel like it depends on the person, but that's hard to find. And I feel like I understand your point of the list, like writing down like, oh, they want this 6'5", da da da, and I understand that, but at the same time, that's like a positive thing too because they know what they want. If you're not hitting those credentials on the list, okay, maybe that's just not the person for you. It's not a bad thing. She's gonna find that person, whoever that may be. But I also feel like when that list starts to get, and then we're like licking pages for another page. It's like, yeah, hold on. We got to figure out like what are like the most important things that you want in a man. And I actually say this to like a lot of my clients, my friends, like write it down, because other than that, it's just marbles in your head. Like, what is it you really want? And I mean, I'm not talking brown eyes, really nice nails, great toenails. I'm not asking. I'm saying like, aside from providing for me, aside from all that, like, do you want them to like, I don't know, like be nurturing them? How about the male is nurturing? Like, yeah, I'm in a bad mood. You know I am. Like, are you going to be like, baby, okay? Like care. Like those other things, right? Because it's just at this point, especially when you get like a strong, independent woman, a lot of them are my friends. Shout out to you guys. You already know. A lot of them are like, I don't need a man. I do not need a man. That is a female that's been through it. So she's going to not just have that like kind of bar low. Her bar isn't low because for whatever reason your male species did whatever. The ex guy, like, who hurt you is like my favorite question. Like,
see, hold on. I gotta cut you off because it's a two-way street when it comes to that. Because you know, me from experience, I done had my feelings hurt. I know my boy Wyndon had his feelings hurt. You know what I'm saying? Where you put your trust. So it's on both genders. Yes. When it comes to that hurt situation, I think you definitely like had a point with like having somebody that you feel is okay meets you, like whether it's 50-50 or whether you want that. So here's my question for everybody on the table. When I'm gonna start with you, what do you feel is your ideal type? But, man, that's some pressure. But, yeah. I didn't mean to do that to you, bro. I didn't mean to do that to you. I didn't mean to do that to you, bro.
Nah, it's cool. But when you say type, are you like just referring like personality, like or
everything? Every so now we're if you had
like what would you saying like a checklist almost in a sense?
What would be your ideal female? Like that's my question, and I'm gonna ask you, Dave, and then Brittany, I'm gonna ask you who's your ideal man, and then you know I'll try to go last and everything else like that. You know.
Yeah, my ideal woman would definitely be. I'm not looking for like submissive.
Okay.
Like I'm not looking for. Like I really don't want her to come in on some very strong-headed where I'm literally clashing.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's a team thing. I'm all about a team thing. That's just me. Team.
Okay.
Like yo, if you're going through something, I got your back. If I'm going through something,
yeah,
you know, whatever the case may be, vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we say a lot of times 50-50. It's like, to me, it look like it seems like it's like half-ass on this side, half-ass on this side. I'm giving 110. You gotta give 110.
Yeah.
You feel me? So my ideal is just like, yo, if you busting your ass, I'm busting your ass. We got this. We gonna build this shit together. That's just how I am. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And obviously the nurturing part, obviously the, you know, all that good shit, all that sweet shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, bro, like, you know, niggas need that, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, like I'm not trying to be no tough ass dude or whatever case it be. I'm not that facade or whatever. But like, yo, at the end of the day, man, like, after a long day of work, man, I just want to just talk about my day. Tell me how your day was, whatever. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's it.
Somebody, before I let you go, Dave, big shout out to Ty, the realist again. He said, I agree, but the issue is when a lot of these women that want all these things don't get it, a lot tend to turn to insulting men as a whole instead of just accepting the outcome that she got. Ooh. Damn, that was a unilateral. That was like the church. Well, go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
Am I responding to that question?
As far as like, what's your type? Oh, you want to respond to this?
What did he say again?
He said he agrees, but the issue is when a lot of these women that want all these things don't get it, a lot tend to turn to insulting men as a whole instead of just accepting the outcomes as she got.
Well, I don't think she chose that. She chose that.
Yeah.
So I don't think she should bring anybody down for what her situation is.
Nah,
Like,
that's what he's saying.
you wanted that, so
You end up getting what you get.
Yes and
it's
no.
like you could try and go find better. You're not always guaranteed you're gonna find better. So
They always think the grass is greener.
yeah, the grass is
now
always
you have
greener.
you have found seaweed, all kind of bugs. You have obtained what you are looking for. Okay, go ahead, my brother.
So back to so back to
Your type.
like, type. I think the most important thing people should look for.
No.
Okay,
we
so-
talking
okay.
about what is
Yeah,
My
yeah,
Dave's
your
my
type.
type.
That's
I want
ideal type.
my type is
Sweetie,
somebody
your
that's
type.
gonna push me to be better every day.
Ooh.
That's my type.
How does that look like? Because at times,
It could be as simple as, oh, you didn't do this today. Why? You know.
But
why
you
didn't-
know what?
Why didn't you do this?
I feel like that.
Why
could
did
get
you do
annoying.
this? I was
How could
tired.
that-
Well, you should have done it
I
anyway.
feel like that could be
Because
annoying.
you know, and I'm not saying you
I'm
don't
not
know what
saying-
you want. Like it could be. What I'm saying is
So-
this: how it's being said.
Yeah, how
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
got to be said the right way. But
Yeah,
you don't want
that's
a
what I
girl
mean.
that's just gonna watch you do mediocre when she knows
Your potential.
Your potential.
Yeah.
You want a girl that's gonna bring you to that potential, and I think that's the number one thing people. That's my number one type. That's the thing that I
Yeah.
look for. I look for somebody that's gonna point out my imperfections, tell me what I need to look for, like work on myself to be that person that I want.
All about
be.
growth, baby. All
Yeah,
about growth.
All about growth.
I love the
And
growth.
it's like if she can't push me, because I think everybody here. I'm not saying just the four of us. Everybody needs somebody that could push them to that next level. So
Okay,
me, I
sure.
think it's like I try and surround myself with people that are gonna push me to that next point. That are gonna. I'm surrounding myself with people, and who do you surround yourself more with? Your spouse, the person you're with.
Right.
So you spend all this time with that person. So you want that person to elevate elevate who you are.
Yeah.
That's number one,
I no doubt.
and that comes in all shapes and sizes.
Facts. Big facts.
Yes, sir.
All right. On the hot seat. Yes.
So I love the responses on this side of this side too, but this side of the table. I have to be honest, I think that sometimes women don't realize their power.
That's a
Women
fact.
go into relationships so much like the guy, he's got to do this, da, 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 da. And sometimes as much as we like have things in our mind, like, okay, you just text me, I have to wait 3 minutes and then I'm gonna text him back because like I can't be like thirsty. Then when you play less games, you get the answers that are right there in front of you. And I just feel like women a lot of times go into these relationships trying so much to not just be themselves, right? So like you said, you want to go home and like be with your shorty, like, hey babe, like how was your day? Like a lot of times females are, I don't know, like they're kind of jaded and they don't, especially when you first start dating, it's like, how do I act? Okay, I'm sleeping over. He's there. He's coming home. Like I feel like women, most times actually, let's just say, let's call it what it is. We overthink, but I feel like women just don't realize their power, especially in relationships. That feminine energy, the masculine energy, the shift is kind of like nowadays with generations, like, oh, we're trying to be this. And I don't think it's that. I think that sometimes, though, men don't do the right thing. Like, sometimes we don't choose this guy to be a dick, for him to cheat on me, to lie to me when I'm coming to you like, hey, like, we've known each other for how long? Like, just keep it a buck. Like, if you're doing A, B, and C, no problem. Like, just let me know, like, or communicate with me. Men are not always the best communicators. And that's where there's sometimes a disconnect. They fear honesty because sometimes,
I will answer when
Can
you
I
are finished.
finish
I'm
my
going to let you
thought?
finish.
Yeah,
Trust
yeah,
me.
go
I'm
ahead.
going
can I
to.
finish my thought?
Yes.
Sometimes it's hard because it's always like the finger's always pointed most times at the guy did this, da da da. Yes, sometimes a female might have done things and whatever. I understand that. But if you have a real ass bitch that comes to you and says, listen, you're in your phone, you're bringing your phone to the bathroom, it's looking like this, face down, like, what's up? And she calls you out and then you act A, B, and C and you respond in a way and you're lying, let's just say, and you don't keep it real. Baby, I would never lie. First of all, Don't do
You
the
know,
baby.
You know,
Not the
you know,
baby.
motherfuckers have scenarios like that. Like,
Yo, she had a
oh.
Like, damn,
flashback.
and she know exactly.
It's
like,
over.
don't do it. Just don't
She
do
had a
it. So it's
flashback.
like, no, I would never do. But you are doing it right now. Like, I'm not stupid. Okay. Then she gets in the car. She goes home. She calls her girl. Girl, you need to leave. It turns into, we got a soap opera. Listen, at the end of the day, okay, let's bring it back. What you want in a man is super important, but you have to know that. I'm a big advocator. I'm sorry. I'm over 30. I'm not going to say my age. But I will tell you this, like, go date. There's a lot of people that I know that are like 22, 23, engaged. There's the man. I'm sorry. Like, I understand like where you're coming from and like, I get it. You found your person, but like, just be sure. That's all I say, because now turn it into, and I'm, again, like I said, I'm a little older. Now turn into that 40, 41, 42. Y'all are miserable. You're out in the streets. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm very confused. You're 53. Okay. But listen. I believe that everybody, like, they're living their own story. You can restart any time in your life. I get it. But just be certain about what you're looking for in a man. And I'm sorry that a lot of times, not any male here, but a lot of times, men are not being honest.
Yeah, you're right. You 100%.
And it's easier to lie to Shorty because she's never going to find out. Meanwhile,
right.
her friend is in the FBI. And you're about to be screwed because you definitely did something on Instagram. She's going to go this, look through your followers. Like, who would want to go through that? I feel like, why not just be like, yeah, you know what? I slept off. I was out with the guys until 4 a.m. What do you think I was doing? And then you will see either she, unfortunately, I hate to say this, the female's going to say, we're going to stomp our feet and da-da, but they stay. Some of y'all say, you know who you are. I'm just kidding. But some girls say, and then some girls literally leave. And then guess what? That's the lesson for the male, to never do some stupid shit like that again, because you might lose a very important person in your life over some cheeks that was like a 5.
Oh,
And you were
not a
drunk.
5. Oh, not a 5.
Fine. But you know what I'm trying to say.
So, big shout out to Tig.
5.
Ooh.
How you gonna just do that? What the fuck?
I'm not, because you already
So how
know
you
you
gonna-
was drunk. You was
So how you gonna put me under the table like that? Nah, I got you. Big shout out to Tig the Realist. He said, feminine, nurturing, caring, and free-spirited, easygoing and peaceful, inspiring. Be my support and I'll be yours. I lead our home, but your personality and person fills our home.
Can I say something about that?
Of
I
course.
love that. I love that.
Okay.
And I just want to say also too, men are so like, I'm looking for a girl that you gotta have a vision. Men, like, you as a male, you have to have a vision for me to follow and say, you know what, I'm with that. I'm down for that. Whatever he wants to do, that's my man. You know that meme, not that meme, that voiceover is like, look at the screen. Is that your man? I don't know if you see it on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
Like that, like, yeah. Doesn't matter what they're doing. Like, I ride for them. I'm loyal. Like, that strong bond is created when a man has a vision. I'm telling you.
Right.
If you're just like, yeah, you know, I want to like look cool on Instagram and get likes, guess what? It's not going to work. But if you're like, listen.
Even if he
this
ain't
is-
there yet. Even if he ain't there yet. Even if he ain't there yet.
What do you mean? In what way?
You all right? Sorry to cut
Like,
you off. Because a man can have a vision, right? Man can have a vision, but he's not where he is yet.
Oh, I get what you're saying. They're putting in the work. It's like the beginning steps.
Word.
100%.
Okay,
It doesn't matter.
ask-
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes,
Sometimes girls are like,
even
oh,
if
well, you don't have
even
it
if
in
the
this.
vision ain't there,
Nah. Then guess what? That wasn't the girl for you. I'm sorry, that's not the girl for you. I know a lot of good women. I'm surrounded by a lot of good women.
Well, praise him. But go ahead.
yeah.
Okay. And I know for a fact, listen, some of them, they're with men that are like, hey, I want to, you know, dabble in this. And they are ride or die. I'm talking, you know what? I want to I want to do like I want to start a business. I want to do this. I want to do e-commerce. I want to make some money for, you know, make some extra chicken. So maybe we can go on a vacation, blah, blah, blah. Does he have it there yet? Is everything? No, but guess what?
working.
Everything
Yeah.
comes with time. If you have a female like that, no disrespect to the females, I love y'all. But if you're one of those chicks that's like, he don't got it, then that's not the person for you.
Bad
She
intentions.
needs someone who's, I guess, a little bit more established, fine, but don't let that bother your spirit. And I feel like that happens a lot. Girls are like, you don't have this, you don't have it together. Then some girls are like, you have a job? Okay. Like, and you could work at KFC and they don't care. There's a big difference. I feel like you gotta be like, have that vision. And I'm not saying like, you don't do anything else. You're just like, I'm gonna be a music producer. I'm not saying that. But you have 2 or 3 other jobs because you're trying to pay for the equipment for you to have. Let me explain something. My let me go back. My ex-boyfriend in high school, college, he wanted to be a film director. Right now he's doing film. He's killing it. Shout out to you know who you are. And and there's nothing but love. Like there's really nothing but love. But let me tell you something. The minute he was like, I was like, no problem. Do you know what I did? I went to Bed Bath & Beyond. I mean, and think about it. You're like 20, 21 years old. I'm talking like dreams. Like this is real life dreams. Like you're living at home with your parents still. You're finishing college, whatever. I bought him a director's chair. And I let it sit in his room. And I said, here, babe, this is for you. I want you to like look at this chair, whether you sit in it or not, whatever.
That's fucking fire.
I want you to look at this every day and be
I'm just saying.
inspired.
That's fucking fire.
And let me tell you something. It was the most motivating factor for this guy because he said whether he sat in it, he was thinking about stuff, whatever.
Like the vision
He's like,
board.
yo, shorty bought this for me.
Word,
Yeah.
She really, someone believes in me. It doesn't have to be, it's not always mom and dad. It's not always mom and dad. They want to get a job and make a lot of money and be successful. But like sometimes the world we're living in, you see people, you're like, damn, and they're killing it. And when you just have that really important person believe in you and truly believe in you, and you don't have anything to show for it, but you have this and it's so strong and you think about it every day and you talk about it all the time. When you get somebody who's good and they're like really care and they just are like, you know what? I saw this chair. There was one left. I bought it for you. Maybe, you know, I don't know if at the time I had like all the money in the world to even be spending bread on a chair like that, but I was like, I know this is going to mean the whole world to this man. I'm
Bet
going
he
to get
still
it.
has it.
Yeah.
He probably does. I'm no disrespect to current girlfriend, but I'm telling you, when you always have to think about it. One thing I really value and I think about in relationships, you always want to leave someone better than you found them. If we're gonna go back and forth this
Wow,
generation,
that was a
like,
bar.
oh my God, you did this to
big
me.
hand claps.
Wow.
Big hand claps.
That was good.
Big hand claps. Big hand
Thank you so much for
claps.
coming. But it's true. Like people are so selfish. They
Yeah.
care about how I feel, what I did, what did this person do for me. Like when you put your efforts out there in the world, listen, it's not always going to come back, but it'll eventually come back because it's just how karma is. And I genuinely believe a lot of people, they're like, oh, my ex-boyfriend, that, like, listen, it's over. Like, if you feel like, oh, this is the line of the century. Now he's doing everything that calm down. Females are so crazy. They really are. I love us. I love us to death. We
Yeah,
crazy.
you guys are a very unique.
We are very unique, but we're
Species.
necessary. But that's the truth. Like, if you leave someone better than you found them, you did. Listen, I could go up there. Like, you did work. And I feel like if we move like that more in the world, oh my God, we'd be in a better place.
Supportive.
So here's the thing, right? And I think for me, I'm just speaking for me, and you know, Winnie, I could piggyback off like what you're saying as far as not being the finished product that you envision yourself to be. It's a sense of when you're younger, you're in my 20s, I felt like I had my best friend. You know what I'm saying? I messed up on that. I can admit that. Like we did everything together, played ball, watched anime, video games, etc., etc. It was my own insecurities that made me push this person away because I didn't feel like I was good enough or deserved her. Now that I'm older, I am happy to say I'm 40, going to be 41 this year. You know what I'm saying?
Happy birthday.
Yeah. You know, thank you. Not yet.
He's like, no, yeah.
Not
Just
yet.
got celebrated a big one.
You know, but
32.
For me,
32.
Yeah.
32.
you know, so me at this age, you know, having children is a different dynamic because now I can't solely think for myself. You know, now this person could be what I envision for myself perfect, and then the dynamic with my daughters, they're like, we don't like her. and I tell you immediately, nothing comes before my daughters.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like I done been through situations where, you know, parents have chosen other people instead of me, and I was like, never will I make my kids feel that way, ever.
100%.
So if the dynamic is not okay with my kids, I don't care how much I'm in love with you, you know, it's a dub. For me though, I think like knowing how much we genuinely do, you know what I mean? Like, okay, from, you know, the bar mitzvahs, the weddings, the sweet 16s, you know, we do videography, we make clothes, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
a lot, yeah.
And to be like, yo, I had an idea. I think this would be very cute. If you're like, hey, can you make me something? Da-da-da-da. Like, for example, like I had made like these 2 sweatsuits for my daughters, and I didn't think they were gonna like it. I thought it was fire. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they wear it all the time proudly. And I think I was like, oh shit, because they're girls. Number one, girls are very fickle. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that they rock it, they got their little sneakers and little jewelry that match with it. I'm like, oh, that's fire. So it kind of like reinforces that. So if you're my girl or whatever, and you're the same with that same kind of energy, like, oh, yo, I saw this, and you're posting, like, I made a shirt, and you're posting on your story.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, look at what my babe did or whatever. I think that's fire. And you're going to definitely get the same kind of energy with me. Like, that's my energy. Me, I'm going to sit and listen. I'm really good at listening. I'm also very good at analyzing. So for me, I have to be able to give you criticism and you accept it. And then that's never going to be in a demeaning way. But if I say, babe, this is what I see with this friend, boom, 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 and you ignore it, and then it happens, I'm going to feel a certain type of way, because if I love you, the conversation wasn't to, oh, I'm right. It was a sense of, this is what I foreseen, because I love you and I want to protect you. This is this is that. So as far as standard goes, I mean, physical beauty is always going to be key for men. I don't care what anybody say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she could be the greatest of women.
100%,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? But if she looked like Baby Shrek, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
my God. Oh, my God.
Hey, man.
And
they,
if
they
he
got guys
looks
out there
like-
like they got guys that like big girls. So
No,
whatever it is.
But
I didn't say fact.
He
'cause there's
didn't,
some,
he didn't, no.
I just said Shrek.
Shrek is big. So
Yeah,
what do you-
but I'm talking about Shrek in the face. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The face is strong. The force is with you.
oh
my
nah.
Yes, sir.
And if he looks like Shrek.
There was one thing you brought up earlier I wanted to touch on,
Yeah.
supportiveness. So, as I'm sure Win and Sam are familiar, I'm Jewish, right? So I
Yeah.
don't really know much about
L'chaim.
So I don't really know much about the Bible. But before coming here, I did a little research, on this. So there's one thing that the Bible says about relationships, right? Only one thing, the book this big, it only has one piece of advice on relationships. And it's that you should choose a partner that you're ready to follow to war. And I was like, wow. So there's no more, that's all the support you can get, It doesn't get much greater than that. So I think
That's a
that's
fact.
another great standard that I think people should have. Even looking at it from a biblical sense, you got to follow that person through whatever, at the startup until the finish.
Yeah. Was
and-
this the New or Old Testament? Do you know?
I actually don't know.
Because if it's the Old Testament, then it's the Torah. You know what I'm saying? So, you could be just speaking on what is in your religion. Just my educational stuff. Sorry. Just don't even, ignore it. So now with these standards, right? Because I got this topic from watching another podcast, and the unrealistic, like you said, display of everything else. And I saw something that was crazy too. And they were talking about statistics with marriages between interracial and everything else. They said the highest success, as far as not having a divorce, which was an eye opener to me, was black women and white men. Yeah. And then the ones that get divorced kind of the highest is black men and white women. So as far as the most successful rate is black men with black women. You know what I mean?
Black men with black women.
Yeah, that's as far as no, not in overall, but as far as for black men, who's going to be there the longest for the
Right.
black man is the black woman.
Gotcha.
Statistically.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Not saying that
Yeah.
interracial, relationships don't work.
Right.
But I just thought it was something, of, you know, again, having these weird standards, and because even colorism plays a role in some black men, because some may view it, all right, I got me a white girl. Yeah, man, life good. I done made it. I done got to the land of milk and honey. You know what I'm saying? Like,
fucking
you know what I'm saying?
done.
It's true.
my God.
It's true. It's unfortunately true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I never thought that way though.
Yeah, I never said you did.
don't
I
know.
never said
would
you
not.
did.
I'm just saying,
You know?
I never really saw color, but honestly,
You know,
I'm
I just
I
think
don't think that's a thing anymore. I mean,
I mean,
It is.
Depending on where you at.
It
Depending on
is.
where you at.
It is.
Depending
It
on
is.
where you at.
I feel like it depends on where you're at. Yes.
You know,
Definitely depends on where you at.
It-
100%.
and if it's not like that, then I don't think
I feel
I
like
don't think those people were brought up right.
100%.
I don't
Definitely
think-
not.
I don't think-
Definitely not.
I don't think those people were brought up right
No,
at
definitely.
all.
Mm.
Can we touch upon one other thing that you mentioned, Sam? Pushing people away.
Yeah.
I
So
think we could get into some good stuff with that.
so here's my gripe, not gripe, but my story per se.
Do standards push people away?
For me, I don't know about the standards. It might be, but for me pushing, it was a standard within myself of not feeling good enough, and that stems. I have a lot of issues, right? And it's not in a sense where I'm gonna push. Let's say I'm just using you here because you're a reference. If we were dating and I felt like, okay, I'm not meeting you financially, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, damn, I'd love to take you on a fucking vacation,
Yeah.
but my monthly expenses and my bank account is like, look here, what's going on? That ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So you know, these kind of things. You don't know. Now you self-internalize, you self-reflect, you know, and then that was my biggest issue. Like, I don't want to be the person that's holding you back from propelling, knowing I see your potential, I see your trajectory, and I feel like mine isn't keeping up. I'm maybe varying from the path. So that was something with me, whereas like I'm not meeting this standard. And it's probably why I do so much now. You know what I mean? Like act, make music,
Yeah.
make hoes, video, you know what I mean? Like podcasts, like it's so much I do and I take on because I'm trying to reach this level of success that I envision myself in. Whoever will be my mate, if there is ever a mate, they can say, oh shit, my baby accomplished this,
Right.
and this, and this. So now I'm in a sense of control where I'm okay. Yeah, we can have a conversation. I'm not one to look down on anybody I'm with, but now I can feel like I'm offering something. Like, okay, if the embroidery don't work, I got clothes. The clothes don't work, I got music. Oh, the music don't work, I got acting. All right, the acting don't work,
You
I
got
got
fallbacks.
podcasts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
but on my terms.
Right.
Like, not me working for somebody. It's something that I built from the ground up, and now it's, you know, flourishing. per se.
It's on autopilot after that.
You
pretty
see what I'm
much,
saying?
yeah.
That's been one of my things that have held me back, because not feeling good enough, not feeling, you know,
Like you don't have enough to offer. pretty much.
Exactly.
It's pretty much almost like, again, falls back into like how it is. Like men are supposed to provide, but like
Yeah.
you know when we can't provide, you know, obviously it's like a whole ego thing, and then it's like, damn, like, you know, I got my girl here, whatever case may be, and then like she see me struggle, and it's just like
yeah.
I really can't be enough for you, and
That's awful.
That's-
yeah,
that's just how it
It's
is,
An awful
and then-
feeling inside.
yeah, but
When you can't provide for the person that you want to provide for most.
Yeah.
You're trying to show them the world. You know, like as a man, I can't speak for a woman. A man's dream is to show this girl that
Yeah.
hasn't seen the world. You want to show her
Facts.
everything. You want to
Yeah.
show her how a woman should be treated. And like,
Exactly.
when you can't do that, you're like,
Yeah.
you feel like you failed.
You feel like you
Oh,
don't feel
God.
like a man.
Yeah.
You don't
Oh,
feel like a
100%.
man.
Yeah.
You're like,
You know?
there's men out there that are doing that for their woman, and like then you're comparing yourself to like, am I more of a man than him just because
Yeah.
of his bank account? Like, no.
Word.
Like,
Yeah.
am I like? I would say I'm just as much of a man as people that have tons of money. You know,
Listen, I want to feel like King Jaffe Joe. Okay, I bought you this house.
Yeah.
This is where you will live. This is your car. Okay, you are going to drive that. Okay, that's that's how I. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, on top of that, besides whatever, my personality is I'm older, I'm more reserved now. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to, like I said, I can listen, I can shut the hell up. But you see, I'm gonna joke. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like even at a funeral, which is crazy because I'm gonna tell you why. I was watching a podcast with the Marlon brothers, and they said the Wayans brothers, sorry. And they said that they were at a funeral, and they was like, yo, we was cracking jokes. I was like, bro, I cry at everything. That's just me. That's just the, because when black people die, loud. Like that shit be
dramatic.
Can't be true.
It be so dramatic. You be like,
Yeah.
you be like, nah, shit unfaded. So, but that's just something else, right? But he said, they was looking at, I don't know what it was, but they were looking at the casket, and he was
no.
listen,
I'm
listen,
not going to hell.
Listen,
I'm not going to hell.
listen,
No.
Listen, it was OD funny. He said, the dude was just basically, imagine me in this, right? Imagine me, God forbid, I'm in this, whatever. So they said, the dude, I think it was Keenan. Is it Keenan? Who's this? The middle, the not the oldest, but the second oldest.
I know who you're talking about.
Whatever.
Keenan?
Is it Keenan?
He's the bald one.
Yeah, they all bald.
Well, nah. What's his face?
No,
Marlon
yeah.
Marlon
got hair.
got hair. It wasn't Sean. It was
Marlon and Sean now.
It was
have hair.
whatever. That one that was on
Yeah.
My Wife and Kids one.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he like.
Nah, I'm not
He
going
like
to hell.
There you go.
He said, if heaven got a dress code, this nigga ain't getting it.
Oh my god.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me now, it's like, I think that's also a side of my insecurities because I want to put everybody in a good mood. I know everybody dealing with some form of bullshit.
I can see that in myself. I think anybody. Would you consider yourself an entertainer?
Definitely.
Would you consider yourself an entertainer?
Definitely.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we are
yeah.
entertainers. That's what brings us joy. And if we didn't find joy in what we did,
Yeah.
making people happy,
Mm-hmm.
that's within us. Like that's
Yeah.
how we feel better within
Fact.
ourselves by seeing other people happy.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
sense
that's
of
crazy.
altruism.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
That is so true.
That's what I look at it all the time. I'm like, sometimes I'm having a bad day, and then I'll go to work, make all these people happy, and it's like,
Yeah.
shit, I'm cured.
Facts.
Facts.
Big facts. Big facts. Oh my God, there's 8 minutes left. How does this always happen?
Wow.
Boom. Yeah, it goes by fast,
Wow.
man. Time flies when you're having fun. Cut it out.
Okay, bro.
I just need to understand. Oh my god.
So, I do want to say one thing though, as far as relationships go, and I really hope that this generation just understands the bigger picture and unplugs from social media and certain podcasts and what I mean, and when I mean unplug, like just because I'm like, even with some of the podcasts I see, like all these women, you got to make 100,000. Like, do you know how much 100,000 is?
So back to that statistic.
Before or after taxes?
So there was somebody that went down and interviewed all these girls in Miami during spring break,
Yeah.
hundreds of them. What do you want a guy? And the majority of them it was financial,
Yeah.
height, and like looks. And what these women
Were
describe,
they under 25? I hate to interrupt.
yeah, probably college
Okay.
students. So the percentage of
No
men
responsibility.
that have all of those are less than 1%,
That's
less
a
than
fact.
0.01%.
That's a
so
fact.
now you want a guy that makes $100,000 plus a year,
Mm-hmm.
6'2", drives this car, looks like Brad Pitt. You're describing
He's so short.
you're describing less than 1% of the population
I
here.
want him.
But I'm saying Brad Pitt at 6'1". Yeah, that's
Okay.
nice. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Yeah. She like Denzel at 6'2". How?
Don't bring up my man. Okay.
Yeah. Nah.
But like,
Loved it. Sorry.
and another weird statistic I heard was, this was kind of sad actually, that the it's 1 out of every 3 men that are from 18 to 32 experience no sexual encounters with females.
Yo,
Well,
yeah, I seen that, yo.
What?
Yeah.
The Sahara Desert. What?
One
Yeah.
out of three. One out of three males don't experience any sexual encounters.
Where's the lotion? Lord.
Thirsty. Dang.
That's horrible.
Horrible.
It's true, though.
So what
Yeah, I
percentage
seen
of
it,
a woman could choose
That's
to
a
be abstinent.
Fact.
A man that one out of those
Yes,
three
we
men
can.
are want it. They want it. They're working for it. They just can't
We're in
get it.
control
One
as
out of
per
three,
usual.
33% of men, no sexual encounters.
Can I just intervene?
Of course.
Sorry again. So like I want to go back to really quick with it. You said about the Instagram thing. Comparison is the thief of joy. So if you sit around,
She just came from church.
I wish. But if you sit here and you compare and you say this and none of that matters, right? So that's gonna just tie into like, okay, pushing people away. People get pushed away. If you really think about it, people get pushed away when we just don't keep it a buck. Like if I meet a guy and he's doing this, he's doing that, and if they are laying out, yo, this is what I'm doing. Listen, I have a house. I'm not living in a shoebox, but like I'm doing this. I'm working. I'm blah blah blah. It's my choice to stay there, and I feel like sometimes people get so serious, right? Like this, and it takes a little bit to see like, all right, do I really feel like I can be around this person? I feel like if everyone took 2 seconds, like to just breathe, like, hey, let me have a little patience. Let me really see what this person is like. I feel like relationships would last longer. I was watching this thing actually, and it was like couples going back and forth, and it's like, how long do you think you should date someone until you get serious? Everybody's answers were different. These people are in relationships with each other, and it's like, well, I was okay with 6 months, but you said 4. Like, y'all gotta be on the same, like with this person, whoever it is, like instead of, again, the pushing people away, like communicate. Communication is everything to me, at least that's how I feel. If you ask enough questions
You'll get an
and
answer.
find the nugget, I mean, they're not gonna be like, I'm looking for a great woman. Like, of course everybody is, but if they're like, I'm looking for someone just like my mom because my mom da 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 and she did this and this.
I think that's beautiful.
That's what I'm saying. Some people are like, wow, like, okay, like that is what I'm looking for. I'm not gonna be your mom though. I'm gonna be like this. And if you're upfront and honest, we're gonna avoid a lot of things down the road. But in the beginning, I don't think people are asking the right questions. And I feel like when you're talking about pushing people away, that's exactly what's going to happen. Of course, you're going to push somebody away. People are going to I guess, ghosted from 18 to 32. I don't know. Listen, I just feel like what's meant for you is what's meant for you. Yeah. If you sit here and go on Instagram and like, oh my God, look at these. They're so good together. And put the
You're
phone
doing
down.
yourself a big disservice.
You don't know what's going on behind.
You
that
have
post.
no idea.
They
It's
could
the
been arguing
people
right before it. Just
it's
smile
the
up at his
people
picture.
that post the most sometimes that you're like,
Yeah, it's a farce.
It's literally it's over 50% of couples that post the most are, sad to report, these people are not together, or this or that.
Or he killed her.
That's-
Unfortunately,
that's,
I'm not even trying
I
to be
really
funny.
wanna
with
go
this.
down
That's pretty left field, but
I'm-
I'm
I'm-
not thinking
bro,
that.
Very
I'm-
scared for my life.
They make Netflix documentaries.
If you
like
don't
that.
hear
that's
from me
real shit.
tomorrow.
Yeah, right,
They
yeah.
make documentaries.
Hey,
like that.
disclaimer. I have nothing to do with this one, Mr. Perez. Don't say
I
you
am
don't hear.
terrified for my life.
That is not I.
But you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, ask questions. Like, also too, like, for example, like, cause you brought about like with your kids, like, let's say if I had kids, I'm asking double the amount of questions. I'm gonna have you around my offspring, like my children, my offspring, my kids.
Yeah.
You better come correct.
Right.
Don't have no crusty female around your kids because then they're gonna be like, so this is what it's like. Like, kids are so smart. They learn.
Yeah, they
I
absorb.
honestly, I train a. It's really funny. This just happened this week. I train a 15-year-old boy, and that's my dog. So he talks to me like, like, no, we're not talking to our parents. We talking. So he came in a mood. I'm like, what happened? Nothing. I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna try one more time, and I'm not gonna care. Okay, what's wrong? And it was, my girlfriend, she posted this picture. She was in a bathing suit, and it's like, why would you post
for
that?
the streets.
Why would she post
No, I'm kidding.
that?
Yeah, I'm kidding.
And you have a man, and like, why would you post something like that? Like, those should just be for me. Like, what would you do? I'm like, you're 15,
Yes.
okay, and I'm over 30. I think it's a little bit different. He's like, you're right. But I'm like, first of all, let me see the picture. If it was like a mirror, one of those joints, a little turn around, a little tuck his hat, I'd understand.
15?
It was like a 15, just like on a chair, like out on vacation with her family. And I gave it to him straight. I kept it a buck. And at the end of the conversation, he was like, oh my goodness, that was a different mindset that I never really knew about. You're 15. I don't blame you. This is like your first girlfriend ever. He's hyped. He's like, I didn't see her in 4 days. I'm like, oh my goodness. How will you ever live, baby? It's okay. Like, so it starts really young because these kids nowadays, they're young. They're doing stuff. I'm like, why are you telling me about a 16 if you were drinking and you were
girl.
So I'm like,
the parties we do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Trust.
You know what I'm saying?
They doing stuff early.
That's what I'm saying. So like
did.
they're seeing things early. They're learning things early. You need to be that real life person, like in real life, and show like, because you never know who's watching. So
That's
like, even though we're hanging out, but you really never know who's watching. So like, that kind of hit me in a different way. I told him, I was like, listen, you have to understand something. If you're going to date good looking girls, like sometimes, they're going to post something as long as they're not disrespectful. Like it's a different story. If, the picture were different, but it was innocent. Honestly, I was like, think about it. I'm like, how would you feel if it was like this? And said, I told her I wouldn't talk to her for 2 days. I said, but like now, how are you going to come off? Let's say he's showing me a TikTok dancing with the boys. Now you're out. It's summer. Now, what if she has it? We're going to go back and forth. What kind of relationship are we really creating? Promoting. And I told him, and he was like, should I say sorry? I'm like,
pretty much.
Like, you know what I mean? So
Definitely say sorry.
All right, so we passed the 1 hour threshold. So I want y'all to give y'all social media. I'm going to start with you, my brother Dave.
Yeah. I'll start off with the IG handle. All my other handles. DAVEYJS01, DavyJS01 on all my handles, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. And shout out my Dark Child Tattoo family. I know you guys are watching this right now, wherever you guys are. Shout out Dark Child family. I'll see you guys next week. Probably.
The Queen, please.
hey, Brittany Alexandra, 2 X's. That's it. 2.0 on Instagram. That's it.
3 underscores GQ win, 3 underscores. Y'all know the vibes,
GQ winning
man.
the spot.
You already,
Winning.
slow.
Yeah.
Sam Legacy, MOWETA. That is my real last name. More wetter than a pool. That's what they used to say in high school. You know what I'm saying? That's valid. It's valid.
Yeah.
It's valid, you heard? So I just want to say thank you to all the people that joined us, that are still like on with us. Big shout out to Tig. He was giving so much
For real.
stuff, like, and the stuff I didn't even get to read. Like he was just
Going in.
he was showing up, and all the people that have been subscribing lately, we appreciate you. So with that being said, please remember, you are loved, you are appreciated, you are valued. You can do whatever you set your mind to, as long as you believe it. You can achieve it. This is the Unscripted Podcast. All talk. And we are out of here.
Peace